Okay, welcome back.
To another episode of
A series of unfortunate. The premise of this podcast is that our judgment and our opinions are important
yes.
and you can take everything seriously. Hmm.
We hope to talk about what are hobbies. Listening to podcasts, watching podcasts is a hobby.
Is a hobby. It is a hobby today. I think painting is one of those things where it can be a hobby without you having to be an artist. Associating with Shahrukh in any manner is also a hobby.
Just owning something does not make it a hobby.
Hmm.
Knowing what you're owning and knowing it deeply can make it a hobby. It's an obsession.
It's an obsession and it's a problem. Hmm.
We hope to talk about
What makes something a hobby versus a discipline or a profession? If
It's
you
a
are
journey,
personally
yeah.
someone who will
Yeah.
do everything with a lot of excellence, you will do that here as
So
well.
his hobby is his work, and his work is nothing. So what is his hobby? We have props.
We
This
have
is a kalimba. Say more about musical instrument.
If things don't look a certain manner or feel a certain
Like
manner,
the form is not
yeah,
perfect.
people feel like that is then a disrespect to the dance form. And they have danced as the heroine, and then I have danced as Shahrukh, and we have done this for 3 hours. Hmm.
We hope to talk about
The genesis of hobby. Also, the
yeah.
culture that Anthony
Okay, I
Bourdain
love that.
brought about, wherein you go to a place, you fully immerse yourself. I think reclaiming childhood hobbies is one of the best things one can do
I
for
like
the
that.
brain. Big publishing.
Yes.
You know how there's big pharma, big
Big meat.
publishing, big meat. There is big.
तुम एम्ब्रॉयडरी भी कर सकते हो तुम्हें सिर्फ जूते खरीदने की जरूरत नहीं है
Hmm.
I've always struggled with like the originality of it.
Hmm.
I'm a great forger. um we have been talking a lot about how interests have been formed
Yeah.
and where those interests have influenced us and where they haven't,
Hmm.
and how they've moved us towards something and away from something. So we have spoken a lot about these things, and we are also now doing other things like pop culture roundups, to show like how those interests also then take up a good part of our lives even today.
Hmm.
And I think when we started categorizing our interests, we realized they are technically termed as hobbies. We call them
Fair.
interests, but they're all hobbies. Like you read, you watch, you go to like some place and do something. So we thought it'll be good to start off an episode and talk about hobbies.
Hmm.
We hope to talk about what are hobbies.
What makes something a hobby versus a discipline or a profession,
Yes,
or just not a hobby at all, just an activity you
that
did once and you can't make your personality out of it.
that is a judgment we reserve for certain people.
If you did pottery once, it's not your hobby.
Is talking about pottery a hobby?
No, that's the thing. It's not.
So then yeah, so that, and hopefully colonialism and hobbies. I am very excited to talk about
She's
that.
really gonna bring in colonialism today. So for those who are fans or haters of colonialism, you can
Fans
leave.
of colonialism, you mean the white people? Why are white people watching us
I'm sure there are many browns also.
who are fans of colonialism?
Yeah, who
They'll be
are.
like, अरे सड़क दी उन्होंने हमें, ट्रेन
हाँ,
दी उन्होंने
ट्रेन
हमें.
ट्रेन के लवर्स
You
बताया
wait.
ये ट्रेन के
Fast
लवर्स.
forward करो जहाँ पे हमने लिखा है colonialism. जाओ वहाँ देखो. You listen to what I say today. um, and we hope to bring it back to very subtly. I have read the script. No, I've read the notes. We hope to bring it back to also how do you sustain hobbies while doing work.
Yeah.
Um, and what are the different ways you may need to do it in, or do you even need to have hobbies if you
Yeah.
have work?
On the spectrum of people who enjoy having a
Yeah.
life outside work, which is very
Hmm.
enriching and a lot of activities are going on, to people who are very okay with there just being work or sometimes even no work and also no hobby.
Are
Um,
you talking about an Ori?
he has a hobby. It is posting things, it seems.
His hobby is his work,
His
and his work is nothing. So, what is his hobby? This is some weird riddle.
I like it.
Hmm.
And also we'll tie into that the privilege of having hobbies or
Yeah.
activity, or the privilege of being able to do things outside of work.
Hmm.
What ties into that? We
The class and caste and the cost, all of it.
the class, caste, and cost. Okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
all of it we'll discuss. That's a sneak peek into what we hope you'll get out of these episodes that we will be posting. Um, so let's start with the very basic.
Yeah.
What is hobby to you? What would you classify as a hobby?
Okay. So to me, a hobby is something that you can do, is an activity that you can enjoy.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be an activity to in which you, if you are enjoying it, you have to engage completely. Like, there are some things that you
Hmm.
can't do half-assedly. You
Hmm.
have to be fully immersed. You have to learn everything about it. You have to do a lot of research,
Hmm.
as opposed to some activities where you can be like, okay. And for me, I think painting is one of those things where
Okay.
it can be a hobby without you having to be an artist,
Hmm.
because you can get the equipment easily, you can get the materials, you can get a, say, a set of watercolors in paint and be like, yeah, that's my
Hmm.
hobby. I don't have to be an artist, or I don't have to be an expert or someone who's learned something to do that.
I haven't gone to JJ School of Arts.
JJ School of Art or Slade.
Mm. Raising the stakes. Okay.
Raising the stakes, as opposed to, I think, what would be something that is very very high stakes. I don't know. I think, to me, I know
Hmm.
it's not fully that, but a musical instrument, for example,
Hmm.
playing a musical instrument would still require a lot more effort. You have to learn something.
We have props.
We
This
have
is a
props.
kalimba. Say more about musical instrument. I will hold this.
Certain musical instruments, you have to be. You want to do something with it? I'll hold the mic.
Oh, thank you. I will keep my mic like this somewhere. Hmm. Oh.
I know what you're. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to
I
wish
forgot,
someone a very happy birthday. I like it.
but I tried.
You tried.
Okay. So sorry, continue. Musical instrument. I was just very happy that I had a prop here.
You know how there was a wave of people just like really getting into ukuleles? You still
Yes.
have to put in effort to learn how to play it, right?
Yes.
Like, you can't, there will be a lot of time.
And
So,
not ukuleles. Ukes.
ukes.
They will call it a uke.
Even I bought one and I've done nothing with it. I will make, I will paint the uke and make a showpiece out of it. But yeah, like, before you get to actually enjoying it, you have to
Mhm.
put in a certain amount of time and effort.
Yes.
I think a hobby can also be something that's a lot, very low key. Like, walking
Hmm.
is also a hobby because you're enjoying it. You don't have to put in too
Oh.
much effort.
You're reducing the barriers to a hobby.
Yeah,
I like that. Your definition is basically allowing more people to say what they do is a hobby.
sure, sure. Okay. We'll judge. We'll get into that.
No, it's good though.
We-
I was appreciating you.
thank you, thank you.
Okay.
What
I
yeah, you can go next.
no, I was actually waiting for a second because I was also thinking what you are saying is making a lot of sense to me. I like the fact that if you hobby is less about what you do, hobby is more about what you're getting out of it
Yeah,
and how much effort you have to put into it, like that ratio.
I
So
agree.
from your definition, that's what I'm taking away, which
Yeah.
I like. I would argue, though, one one part that I want to add to that is I think hobby should not have you try and be an expert at it. Like, it shouldn't be a barrier to trying something out to say, okay, you have to be an expert before you really enjoy it.
Hmm.
But I do think hobby should push you to want to be an expert at it.
Okay.
And
Should push you to want to be an expert. Okay.
yes, like to push you towards being an expert at it. Like, I I would want a hobby to give me that because for me, a hobby is also something that gives me more purpose in my life towards something for that amount of time.
Hmm.
It engages and engrosses my brain in a certain way. So I'd want to be at least be on a path towards more expertise. I don't think I'll ever be an expert at it, but I want to be on a path. Like, I can't just be कि मैंने गिटार खरीदा 4 कॉर्ड सीखे बस मैं तो वो हो गई, क्या कहते हैं, मेरी हॉबी गिटार बजाना है,
Hmm.
agreed. But I do think that if I'm playing the guitar imperfectly,
Hmm.
but I'm still playing it like every few weeks or every few months,
Hmm.
and I enjoy the kind of like output I'm getting out of it,
Hmm.
I'm seeing more about it. Even if I'm not playing my guitar, I may be seeing reels and stuff about it. I would still say I can say that playing guitar is my hobby, because I'm consistently engaged with it in some way, and I'm moving towards the path of expertise on it.
Okay. My understanding is if you're
Yes.
aiming towards so much excellence, then it
Yes.
becomes more than a hobby.
And what is more than a hobby but less than a profession?
I think it becomes like maybe a skill.
Hmm.
It starts becoming a talent that you're honing,
Hmm.
and then it starts becoming a discipline.
Interesting.
And then it can also become a profession because you've become an expert at
Hmm.
it. So I think expert puts a lot of like, I get what you're trying to say,
Yeah.
that you don't want to do a hobby also just like haphazardly. I think it depends again.
Hmm.
Like if you are someone, for example, who is very burnt out by having to do a lot of things purposefully in other areas of life,
Yeah.
then you might want to do a hobby very aimlessly. Like you might want to read books without the intent of having to read something very esoteric and something that
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
giving you a
Hmm.
lot of knowledge and information. You might want to just read smart all day, that's fine.
Yeah.
Which still makes your reading a hobby.
Fair.
Versus like, then if you start reading very like, so you know how now
Yeah.
people have become book talkers and all, and a lot
Yeah.
of there on the spectrum there are some people who read so much and so voraciously
Yeah.
that now they can make a profession out of it. They are closer to being experts on books
Correct. Correct.
because of
Correct.
how much
Correct.
they've
Correct.
read. So I think, yeah, I think then there is a
Hmm.
spectrum. A hobby is closer to the start. Then I think the more, and I think it's a journey. If
It's
you
a
are
journey.
personally
Yeah.
someone who will do
Yeah.
everything with a lot of excellence, you will do that here as
So
well.
I'm thinking if what I am thinking of is excellence or passion.
Hmm.
I think I'm confused about that, because for me, excellence, yes, I do think
Hmm.
excellence plays in, but I agree with you here also. Like, I think when it moves towards excellence, then is that more of a discipline or a skill? And
Hmm.
I don't think skills and hobbies need to be mutually exclusive.
They
I think
aren't
sometimes you may make a hobby because you are naturally skilled at it,
skilled at it.
and then it's easier because your brain doesn't have to
Yeah.
do as much, right? So I
Hmm.
think that could also be a
That's a fair
possibility.
point. Like whatever you're naturally talented at.
You may move
Hmm.
towards that. um I'm also thinking like passion. I would want a hobby to be something I'm passionate about. Like even if I'm watching Smart or like reading Smart,
Then you
am I,
want to be like, you want to be able to talk about smart
yeah,
and be like, I know a lot of
yeah,
about it.
I may not be reading across like many amazing types or categories. I may not be someone who knows enough to talk, go on book talk, but am I talking to enough friends about it
Hmm.
and people about it?
हाँ,
um
नहीं तो anybody can call anything a hobby
yeah, that's my thing. Like I don't want to
and
break the
make,
barrier down so
yeah,
low.
and add substance to their personality. We don't want that to be so easy also, na, for people, that then everybody will have substance, and then what will
Yes.
substance even be anymore?
And the type of people who misuse this the most will be the ones who have a lot more privilege to do like one really expensive class on
Yeah,
something, and then use that
and
as a
say I'm a
thing.
baker.
Yes.
I'm a baker
Yes.
because I went to that one workshop in food hall.
Yes.
Okay, so then what according to you is not a hobby? Like, have you had, can you give me like an example of something
Hmm.
that you feel like I've heard someone say this and call it a hobby, but it's really actually not?
How I have called playing the kalimba hobby. I cannot even play happy birthday on it
But
yet.
you've tried.
I have tried, but I don't consume enough content about it. This has not been a priority for me. I'm not
Hmm.
that passionate about it. You didn't even know what a kalimba was
Yeah.
till I started talking. But now, like, I would say, I don't think this is a
Is
hobby.
being is buying things a hobby?
I think collecting is a hobby, buying things is not.
What if the collection includes buying things? Like, can someone, is being a sneakerhead a thing?
Good question. I don't want to say yes
Is
because it's
being
the pros.
it's is being a sneakerhead a thing, or are you just someone who needs an outlet for all of their shopping habits and
Hmm. And also, are you someone who's not in touch with their feelings enough to know तुम एम्ब्रॉयडरी भी कर सकते हो? तुम्हें सिर्फ जूते खरीदने की जरूरत नहीं है.
ah,
थोड़ा अपने आप को अप्लाई करो कहीं.
and we can talk about later on that why is there a need for buying so many things and then it becoming
Yeah.
a part of your personality?
Also, I'm realizing, why is there a need for men more particularly to associate themselves with hobbies which are more into buying versus creating.
Owning,
Owning
ownership.
versus creating.
Hmm.
We will talk about it, but I think to answer your current question,
Hmm.
um, I think if you are really passionate about sneakers, which I find really
Then you
weird.
should be able to tell me the history of sneakers. You should be able to tell me
Yes.
when were they first
And then you
invented.
can't just tell me you're a Nike के kicks है मेरे पास.
Yeah.
Then you tell me कि oh, this is like a really cool offbeat like Australian brand. This is someone in South Korea who makes this, and I have like see, the thing is, when I'm collecting stamps, I'm not just gonna be like मैं तो सिर्फ UK के stamp खरीदूंगी. I'm
Hmm.
gonna now go and try and get stamps from across the world and understand that, right? Like my passion will stem from the fact that oh, every story about stamps is cool. Then it can't just be only stamps made by Nike are cool.
You sound really passionate about stamps right now. That bird has heard you and flown away.
um,
There
it's
was lots
stamps
of
was an euphemism for
passion.
sneakerheads.
My left ear is
For the
deaf.
people who are listening to this, and because I held it quite close, I am not sorry.
But I get it.
Uh,
And random facts, speaking about sneakers, there's this cool new brand called Gully Labs. Not new,
yes,
but
I have seen their
yeah.
Insta posts. They're quite fun.
Their designs are quite interesting
Yeah,
and very rooted in
yeah.
Indian symbols
I have
and
seen this happen more often. There's Gully Labs, and then there is this other brand. I always forget names, but um, they also have a very strong element that hey, we are making sneakers for India.
for India.
Um,
Comet?
maybe I'm
Okay.
just bad at this.
Hmm. Okay. But yeah, I think then that's what you can add as a nuance to your personality. That okay, this is advice to all the sneakerheads.
Yeah, it has to be more than the fact that I own them. Just so to your point, what you started with originally, I think that's
Hmm.
exactly what it is. Just owning something does not make it a hobby.
Hmm.
Knowing what you're owning and knowing it deeply can make it a hobby.
Hmm.
So maybe that, like
And
you collecting.
intentional owning.
Intentional collecting has
Yeah.
to be the thing to it.
I think then that's the difference between collecting and just simply purchasing things.
Yeah.
When you're collecting it, it's
Hmm.
more like, oh, I will find out things and I will go to these niche
Hmm.
places
Yeah.
and then bring it out of there.
Also, like you don't have to, it doesn't even have to be about the stories behind them. It can also be more personal. Like some people collect seashells,
Mm.
right? Like that's also a hobby. That
Yeah.
when I go, I'll collect seashells, I'll find them, I'll have like seashell based earrings or whatever, and they'll be really passionate and they won't have a reason. It won't be like some
I
seashell
like
came
that.
to them in a dream. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with
Then
it.
collecting rocks can also be a hobby where you
Yes.
like
Yes.
different types. But you need to have collected seashells from at least 5 to 6 beaches or whatever, from 5 to 6
Ha.
places for it to be a hobby.
Yes.
You
And
can't
then
be
you
like
have
एक बार collect किया and I'm the whimsical person.
मैं
I
जूहू बीच
love.
गई थी.
I'm a water baby. I'm a water girl.
And I have seen this, right? Like when people around me who are very passionate about collecting seashells, they will make sure that everyone in their 100-kilometer radius who is traveling to a beach knows that you have to bring me back a seashell.
Cute. So okay, so that's another thing. Like if you can't go and collect it,
Yes.
someone else should have. Hmm. How much do you have to talk about a hobby for it to be considered something you're really passionate about?
Hmm. That's a good question because I'm also thinking A in terms of proximity. Like who are the people you talk to about for it to
Hmm.
be considered a hobby? Is it just like my sister knows, or is it that I speak to it to all of my close people and they know, and that they know
Hmm.
that's an important thing to me? And then I'm also thinking in terms of quantity.
Hmm.
How much?
Hmm.
I don't have answers for both. I think in terms of proximity I have a better answer because I feel if it's a hobby
Hmm.
and if it matters enough to you,
Hmm.
if someone spent a decent amount of time, they should know that this is something that you are interested in. They don't
Hmm.
need to know how invested you are in it, but they need to know something about it. Like if your hobby is K-pop or K-dramas and that's something that you're excited about, like people should know that that's an important part of your personality.
Okay.
And when I say should, that's a very strong word, but ideally they should be able to suss it
Hmm.
because you will end up talking about it.
Hmm.
So it will become a natural part and extension of your life to talk about it.
Hmm.
And I feel like that makes it a hobby.
Okay. Okay. So it adds more substance and nuance and depth to your personality if it is something, if it is a hobby that you're pursuing with intention and passion.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it's just easy to tell that this person is
Yeah.
faking it.
And here I'm also, let me call something out. I think when I say this, I mean it from more of a lens of when you're building personal relationships. Because
Hmm.
at work, it differs from places of work to
Yeah,
places of
for
work.
sure.
Some places may not be like, I will be very okay saying in some places you don't need to be talking about your hobbies with coworkers, because maybe that's not the kind of workplace
Yeah.
where you want to get that invested and engaged and allow people to see those parts of yourself.
Hmm.
But where you do feel comfortable and it's more personal, I think it should be okay for you to show that part of yourself.
Yeah. I also feel like that part of yourself can be shown without you actually talking about it if the person knows you well enough or is
Yeah.
around you, like if there's physical proximity
They'll
and
pick
it,
up the context
yeah,
clues. She has a lot of embroidered stuff in her
stuff,
house.
or she's spending an hour in this particular manner every day or every week,
Yeah.
and she goes off and she does this, so she clearly must like this thing.
Small context clues.
Yeah,
Cues?
like
Either or.
I have a friend who would like
Yeah.
in a very disciplined manner leave any social gathering or anything at like 8 p.m. Wouldn't talk about it a lot, wouldn't be like, oh मैं ये करने जा रहा हूँ, मैं वो करने जा रहा हूँ, मैं tennis खेलने जा रहा हूँ, but then would just be like, if someone has asked him, he'll say कि हाँ मैं जा रहा हूँ,
Okay.
very passionate about it, and that shows, I
What did
think.
he go and do? Play
Play
tennis.
tennis,
Okay.
yeah. And
I picked it up. I picked it up. That's how you get context clues.
firstly, I have said मैं tennis खेलने जा रहा हूँ, so you picked up nothing. Secondly, how you have just, I picked it up.
She
uh,
dropped it and I picked it up.
but yeah, like eventually
Hmm.
now if he has left a social gathering at 8, we all know हाँ ये tennis खेलने जा रहा है. He
Interesting.
has not gone on and on about it because that's not his
Fair enough.
personality, but we still know just by
Hmm.
being around him that this is something he really cares about because of the fact that he is ready to give up other commitments or other things to prioritize this.
I love that. Is that a necessity? Like, you should care about it enough that you're willing to prioritize it over other things?
I think it depends on like what is the purpose with which you are pursuing this hobby, like you said. So if
Hmm.
there is, if either you are pursuing it for like your mental well-being or
Yes.
something, then again there has to be consistency.
Hmm.
You can't, and that
Routine
consistency,
is
yeah,
important.
you can set up that consistency, it can be once a week or once a month even,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
there has to be consistency, otherwise you can't, then it's not really, then it's very whimsical. But I think that depends on what your goal is, even if there is excellence, if there is, mm, what else, yeah, if you're trying to become an expert at it, but
Yes.
right now you're in the hobby phase, then also there needs to be some amount of prioritization.
Okay. So not a deal breaker
Not it. Also,
for
what are
it
you
to be a hobby.
prioritizing it over? Like,
Hmm.
if you're watching some TV show or something, and you're like, no, I won't prioritize my
Hmm.
hobby. If you're doing something very lame,
Yes.
and you're like, I can't prioritize my hobby over it,
Hmm.
then like, how much do you
How
really
much of
care
it do
about
you
it?
really care? No, that's fair.
Then there are also other influences
Hmm.
on a hobby. So let's talk about the genesis of hobbies.
Genesis. I love it.
Like,
Um, how are they born?
how are they born? Where do they come from? What are
Hmm.
the various factors that create a hobby?
I would like to actually start by thinking of like hobbies I have and see
Hmm.
where they came from, right?
Okay.
A lot of them are because of habits that my parents have inculcated in me.
Hmm.
Because I look at reading,
Hmm.
it's because they encouraged me to read, gave me the resources. So then I started doing that. And eventually I reached a place where I started realizing what kind of books I like to read, etc. So
Hmm.
then I made it my own.
Huh.
Um, I think music is listening to music,
Hmm.
trying out musical instruments in passing,
Sure. As the
um,
kalimba.
trying out, even trying to make music through my throat.
Okay.
I mean, singing.
Sounding like an act.
I mean, singing So those have maybe just come from observing society, very honestly,
Hmm.
and also peer influence.
Hmm.
Because when you're in school, you generally do end up talking about, oh ye gana suna kya, this that
Hmm.
movie aayi hai. And there'd be so much more musical influence in like school events and things.
Hmm.
And then at home you would watch content, and then that would have. So I think it's because of that. um so maybe one is more led by influences through your parents, one is more
Hmm.
led by influences through peers or like society.
Hmm.
There are some that have come a lot more from just my interests.
Hmm.
In my family, like my mom and my sister and my father, like everyone has some type of like creativity that they bring to the table.
Hmm.
And generally it's a lot closer to creating art, sketching, etc. But
Hmm.
I've always struggled with like the originality of it.
Hmm.
I'm a great forger.
I get that.
But I can't make my own
Hmm.
original piece of art.
Yeah.
And this is just examples, right? When you look at this, these are works of art by my mother, beautiful.
Beautiful
I can
original.
copy them and I can sell them off in a name. But so I think then I started moving to, okay, what is something that I do enjoy which does not need as much originality.
Hmm.
I realized I do like sewing,
Hmm.
but not creating clothes, because that's too much of a commitment and it requires like math and all also. And I was like, that
Hmm.
I can't. So then I found embroidery,
Okay.
and I realized I like the consistency of it, because there is some element of recreating. Like, you know, that
Hmm.
there are certain types of threads and sews that you're recreating in an embroidery,
Hmm.
loops, etc., that you're building.
Huh.
But when you put them together in different patterns, you can create something original, so to say.
Okay.
So I like that. And then that's something that's coming more from me, so internally led. So that becomes like a third way, maybe hobbies for
Okay.
me have originated. Mm,
Like things that are, when you say from me, you mean either things that you have naturally been interested in or things that you have naturally been good at.
it can be a little bit of both,
Hmm.
because when I'm good at something, it automatically makes me want to do it more, because then
Okay.
I feel like more of a success in it, and I'm like, oh, this is very
You feel
easy.
validated.
Yeah, I feel validated. um I will very easily give up when something is difficult. Another, I
Hmm.
have more props. This, for example, I used to hate as a child, because I could never get those rings on the rockets. I could never do that.
Hmm.
I gave up very quickly as a
I
child.
see. That's not a hobby, I'd like to inform you very
Excuse
quickly.
me, playing games is a hobby. This
That's
is the OG video game.
this is I'd like to point out that playing video games being a
Oh yeah,
hobby is
actually
something I
that's a
have
good
a
thing. Okay,
problem with
say more.
to begin
Playing
with.
video games is not a hobby. You would not classify that as a hobby.
I mean, definition wise, sure, it is a hobby. It's something that you're doing. It's stimulating you and engaging you
Yes.
intellectually, plus physically.
Yeah.
Your brain is caught in it. But I just feel like there is something about it. Like it becomes too immersive of an activity.
Okay.
And then it completely takes over people's personalities where they're sitting for 8
Hmm.
hours and they're playing video games. I
Hmm.
think when it reaches that point, it's not really a hobby anymore.
It's an obsession.
It's an obsession and it's a problem.
Mine.
But for,
uh
for the pre part of it, I guess it's a of course it's a hobby.
I mean, an obsession is never a good look on anyone.
Yeah.
So that's fair. I'm also thinking that this is not a new thing though. Like, hobbies do turn to obsession when
Then
you
it's
get.
not a hobby anymore.
Huh.
Yeah.
Hobbies do turn to obsession quite frequently. Like, even when I was reading like books earlier,
Hmm.
there would be like in the older books, you would
Hmm.
have examples of like stamp collecting and coin collecting, and then they would show people to be really obsessed and nerdy
Yeah.
about it.
When they found a coin and they killed someone over it.
Yeah, yeah, they would make it that crazy.
Yeah.
So it can turn to obsession, and then but by the time it's reached that phase, we don't consider it a
We
hobby.
don't consider it a hobby
Okay.
anymore. I like it.
And
I
our
like it.
judgment is very important here, so you should all.
The premise of this podcast is that our judgment and our opinions are important
Yes.
and you can take everything seriously, not with a pinch of
Hmm.
salt.
Okay. So hobbies can come from influences by
From within, firstly from
from
within,
within
then your immediate family.
or
Yeah.
surroundings. and then your peers or your
Peers.
society, like
Yeah.
whatever you're watching. So pop culture references maybe.
Pop culture references. For example, we were talking about how when in India specifically, Ye Jawani Hai Diwani and Tamasha and
Yes.
all came out,
And Queen.
traveling and Queen, they
Hmm.
all came out in sort of close succession, and then traveling became a huge thing.
Yes.
Pehle
Yes.
it was okay. Pehle it was something that the privileged people used to do.
Hmm.
It was more of a luxury thing. You know, when people
Hmm.
used to
Yeah.
speak in conversations, you it was a sort of a signaling act
Yes.
ki, oh, I go abroad once a year with my family and then I go one domestic holiday.
Also, traveling almost had that connotation that you have to travel a certain way and
A
only
certain
then is
way.
it valid.
Yeah, in luxury you have to go to the nice hotels, you
Yes.
have to live
You
properly,
have to go to like these 3 4 like immersive experiences.
experiences.
Otherwise, have you really
Have you
traveled?
really traveled? And you have to do them
Hmm.
well and you have to take lots of
Yeah.
pictures. Whereas post Ye Jawani Hai Diwani and all of those movies,
ZNMD.
Z and M,
No, not
not
ZN.
ZNMD, because I still feel like
Yeah.
they were still a bunch of,
Of course.
which is the flag that it got, like it's a bunch
Yeah.
of privileged
That's
boys.
fair.
But I think these movies brought in the culture of
Backpacking.
backpacking, doing things
Traveling on
alone,
budget.
traveling on
Hmm.
budget, being a traveler and not a tourist. Also the
Yeah.
culture that Anthony
Okay, I
Bourdain
love that.
brought about,
Yes.
where in
TLC. Yes.
TLC, wherein you go to a place, you fully immerse yourself, and
Yes.
he you will only consider it traveling when you're being respectful of the culture and absorbing things in that place the way the citizens of that place are doing
I
it,
like that.
as opposed to just being a tourist.
Can I also add to this to
Hmm.
our previous MasterChef Australia flag? But the original judges of MasterChef Australia also
Hmm.
brought in a little bit about this
Yes.
because they personally would travel, so it got associated with the brand a little
Yeah.
at that time.
Hmm.
Though I'm not endorsing them because I don't know what they've done in life, but I'm just saying
But
that
you're endorsing this particular act
yes,
of theirs.
this act of theirs
Yeah.
is worthy of being endorsed. Okay, fair enough. So
And how now, sorry, how now reading has started making a comeback
yes, because
because
of
of
book
book talk
talk, we we
and
sometimes love and
bookstagram.
hate book talk at the same time.
Yeah, I feel like it's brought back reading, but
Yes,
at a cost, because
book talk has done what Wattpad couldn't. Is my take.
okay, okay, say more.
I think Wattpad and a little bit of Tumblr, but a lot of Wattpad was
Democratizing
yes
reading.
democratizing reading, and it was also Wattpad had that additional thing of saying it'll democratize writing.
That's I yeah, I think
It was
Wattpad did
it's
that
the
more
next
for
layer of
writing.
book talk.
Yes.
Very honestly, it's the next layer of book talk. Book talk did both
Hmm.
because book talk it will give you a lot of like recommendations of books that are popular,
Hmm.
but they'll also bring those really small artists and show give them a bigger platform. So I think book talk did both.
Okay.
Interestingly, it ended up doing, and then when people started realizing
Hmm.
book talk works, then it became easier for independent authors to get self-published and say, oh, this will be our marketing, and then they build a brand on that.
Hmm.
And there have been many books that have come out of book talk that serious publishers have then taken into their fold.
Hmm.
So I think that's why my belief is that book talk did what Wattpad couldn't. Though
Hmm.
Wattpad was a great way to do it, but
I would
yeah,
even argue that Wattpad was slightly
yeah.
better at doing it because of the fact that it wasn't so heavily influenced by what I will call big publishing.
Yes.
You know how there's big pharma, big
Big meat.
publishing, big meat. There is big publishing.
Yes.
And now they are using,
They immediately took it over.
they took it over.
Book
Now you
talk
have a
was good
Rupa
for
and a
like
Harper Collins
oh
and
yes.
everyone using, which is fine, I guess, but they're all using it
No,
as
it's not
marketing.
fine because they take over every space. No, like
Yeah.
big publishing has enough.
Big publishing.
They have enough in or like they have enough money, they have enough resources, they have enough
Yeah.
avenues for marketing. You can't take over everything. Like every time we try and say, oh, this is a way that we'll find.
Yeah. And now you'll see the same books and the same authors being spoken about again and
Yes,
again and
yes.
again.
Which is why I don't trust it anymore.
Yeah.
And I've gone back to Tumblr.
Exactly, which like for a point initially it was amazing and it was really interesting and a lot of fun because you were like, I love that this discourse is happening
Yes.
on social media. But then you started realizing that everyone was asking you to read the
Mm.
same 5 books, and that started influencing what you wanted to read.
Yeah.
So instead of exploring books, You were now just taking recommendations from people who you don't know what the intention of their recommendation
Yeah.
was.
Is there a hobby that you have engaged in because of external influence, like a movie or a book, or at least gotten really excited about it and wanted to engage in it?
Hmm. No.
She is immune.
Above it all.
She's above it all.
I have wanted to,
Hmm.
but never been able to learn a musical instrument. I have
Okay.
always, now I have thought कि अब चीज़ी चलो हो गया अब खत्म वो अब नहीं होने वाला है.
Why?
Now I have found my hobbies. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to immerse myself in them and reap
Become
the
an expert.
rewards, become an expert. But yeah, I always thought it was very cool, knowing how to play an instrument. तो वो अंदर से था कि मुझे सीखना है, मुझे
I like
सीखना है.
that.
Something related to music, like either learning singing properly or learning how to play an instrument, but never was never able to do that. So that is
Okay.
something maybe that
And you have shut the door on it also now,
लाइक
apparently,
ठीक है
from
अभी
how you're
बाथरूम
talking.
में गाऊंगी अभी चल भी चलेगा अभी खाना
You want, you
बनाते
can take
टाइम
my kalimba.
श्योर yes I will take the kalimba of your hands. That's what you want.
You can borrow it for a while, learn it, and then teach me.
Sure, I will become an expert and then
And then
monetize it.
on the podcast. Um, so that is a way of external influences. What's been an internal influence for you? Since you're very immune to external, let's
I think
let's dig deep.
internal has always been art. I have
Hmm.
found it easy and I have found it enjoyable. And
We
I've
should
come
have
back
kept
to
a
it.
prop of your art. No, we will flash it on the screens here
Oh,
above our heads.
okay. We will try to do that in the space above our
Just
heads.
strobe it here.
I realize now that it is internal because I stopped doing it for a while, but then I went back to it now. Now
Hmm.
that I have like no other, because when I was young I used to learn a lot of art and I was sent to a lot of classes, and so it always felt like, is it internal or is it just
Hmm.
something that I'm good at and then also I'm learning it, so it is bound to be something that takes up my time.
Interesting.
Yeah, then I stopped doing it for a while. Then I went back to it. I was like, okay, I
Oh, you
do enjoy it.
reclaimed it.
Yes. I think reclaiming childhood hobbies is one of the best things one can do
I
for
like
the
that.
brain. It just
It is
fixes things.
nostalgia
Yeah.
plus.
It just fixes the wiring of the brain. Everybody should reclaim at least one childhood hobby.
I love that.
Unless they've had a really shit childhood.
I'll
That's not a
reclaim.
hobby.
I will reclaim this. But that's really cute. You after you reclaimed it, you realize it is internal.
Hmm.
So that's what made it different from a discipline to you also.
Yeah.
Because I remember we had this one conversation how dance is more of a discipline than a hobby for
Yeah,
you.
for me.
Huh. You wanna talk about that though? But like,
Hmm.
how would you differentiate between dance and art as one is more discipline, one is more internal now?
I think because, first of all, when you're doing something like learning a classical dance form, the way that it is taught,
Hmm.
there is a lot of toxicity in those environments because you are taking something that is
Hmm.
creative, but you are forcing a bunch of people to mold their creative expression in a certain manner.
Yeah,
They don't have a lot of freedom really,
that's fair.
and because now it's constantly being drilled into them, ki do this, do it like this, do it like this, you're not doing it well, you're not doing it well. So then it sort of takes away the creative aspect
Hmm.
of the process, and then it becomes a discipline, it becomes something that you have to compete against someone else with
Fair.
for validation.
Hmm.
And then it's just not that enjoyable anymore, it's not giving that feeling of satisfaction. So I think
Makes
that's
sense.
what dance became. And I think lots of people who do classical
Hmm.
dancing for a while say this, especially like in more toxic dance forms where the toxicity seeps into other aspects of life, like a
Correct.
ballet, where it seeps into
Hmm.
even like the way you look. And
Can I ask something? Do
hmm,
you think it has to do more with toxic dance forms, more with classical dance forms?
hmm,
Because like let's say a contemporary or a hip hop where you may have a lot more like creative freedom, I'm assuming,
hmm.
that may feel different. So I
Yes,
don't know though.
I do know you're right. I do think it has more to do with classical dance forms because
Hmm.
if things don't look a certain manner or feel a certain
Like the
manner,
form is not
yeah,
perfect.
people feel
Hmm.
like that is then a disrespect to the dance form. You are supposed to uphold traditions which are so many years, thousands of years old even.
Fair.
um and I think that is a lot of pressure to put on someone and then also say you will enjoy it. I do feel though that you can, once you have learned
Yeah.
everything that you feel like you have to learn, I think then you start to enjoy it. But the process of learning
It's
can often
rigorous
be,
and
yeah,
intensive.
yeah, I don't think that you can always enjoy it while
Yeah.
you are learning it.
Hmm. That's an interesting take, and I can also see why certain people may consider it more as a hobby if, as we mentioned, right, if they're more likely to be people who like structure
Yeah,
and instructions, and they
yeah.
will feel like, oh, this fits more into something I would like to
I
consider a
Yeah, I
hobby
would then
versus.
even say that it's not. I think if you're actually learning it, also because of just the sheer number of hours that it requires you to put in, it becomes a discipline. Like if someone has played a sport at a certain level, like a
Hmm.
district or a state level, you know that it is a discipline, or it was a discipline at that point of time when you were
That's true.
learning it.
It becomes less. So basically, the more expert you try and go into it, as we said earlier, the
Yeah,
less it becomes a hobby.
yeah,
And unfortunately, a lot of dance forms do focus more on building expertise
yeah,
versus enjoying the process.
yeah. Because for it to even be considered that dance form, you
Hmm.
have to know so much about it. You have to
Hmm.
learn so much before you can practice it. Versus, I think apart from that, dancing is a hobby. Like
Hmm. Hmm.
randomly
Hmm. Hmm.
dancing in the living room, considered a lot of fun. There is
Um,
this one, sorry, memory from college
yes.
last year when for at least 3 hours
Yes.
a bunch of us have just sat and we have played Shahrukh songs. I have been Shahrukh in all the songs and I have danced as Shahrukh, and then for every song a different person, by the way, different person being man, woman, whoever has come in as the heroine. And they have danced as the heroine and then I have danced as Shahrukh, and we have done this for 3 hours. And then the men have come, and you know how Shahrukh in all his romantic songs will do neck kisses. So the men have come and put their necks on them on my shoulder like this, and I'm like, I can't kiss them because that's creepy. But I'm like, and you know how he does all of this to the ladies, like he will touch their necklines and all. I'm doing this. It's
So
I would say that level of
being Shahrukh
commitment
is your hobby.
is my hobby. Associating with Shahrukh in any manner is also
Is
a hobby.
hobby.
That is very internal, I'd like to say. But I want to know what you have done to seem cool. As you stop
um,
laughing, you can think about the answer.
what I have done to seem cool.
Yeah.
Um, First of all, I've never seemed cool.
Don't say like that. किसी ने तो सोचा
No,
होगा
I mean,
कभी.
I've never seemed cool because I am cool.
Arey
Wait,
no,
you
you
are
ruined
taking
it.
this as
You
self-deprecating.
ruined it. I was like, wow, she's being so self-deprecating and humble. She's eating humble pie. By the
Not
way,
at
I
all.
really want to have pie. Can we go get some pie?
We can.
Okay.
Yeah. After this, though.
Yes.
Um,
We will.
I have never tried to seem cool. Also because I think I always thought I was very cool.
Yeah,
So
there's
I
no denying that this thought process has come from a long time.
I still think that. So which is why I don't wait for other people's judgments or thoughts. Um, I do think one thing I have done, not to seem cool, but because I thought I was giving knowledge to, to the ones who have less, is that I would come home. I would listen because we didn't have all of these lyrics and net and all of that. We didn't have at
Oh,
that time.
I know what you're about to
Yeah,
say. I
you
have done that.
all of us have done it at one point. I have listened to this cassette, done back, aage, back, aage, listen to it very closely, try to understand. Also, it's an English song, so
Hmm.
I don't know what they're saying. And then I'm like, कुछ यही बोल रहे होंगे. I think it makes sense. And I've looked at the lines above, and is it making sense? And then I've put those lines down, and then
Huh.
I've gone and I've sold this in the school.
You've sold it in the school.
I've
I
sold
love
it in my
that. See,
school.
now that's not a hobby anymore.
It became a
That's called
profession.
a pyramid scheme. Those poor souls could have Googled it.
No, but we didn't have Google that accessible. Like
Okay.
this was still when Nokia ke phone mein wo
phone में
internet
आता है.
kholo and
हाँ,
it was that time.
I would Google it and then also make notes.
Oh,
So I would do something similar to what
oh.
you were doing, but I did
It
not
was a
sell
hobby till I was doing it for myself because I really wanted to sing along with the songs.
And you wanted to make sure you're singing the right things.
Yes, right things, right, that I thought. And then I thought, oh, let's go in school and sell these because wow, I'm a genius. Like I made the lyrics.
This is how. These are the kind of people
It
who
wasn't Akon,
आगे
it was
जाके
me.
insider trading के लिए पकड़े जाते हैं. ऐसे ही type के लोग.
So I have done that because I also, I'll be honest now, after so many years, I did think it would raise my cool quotient that oh, she's willing to like sell us the lyrics. She knows the lyrics.
She
So I thought
is
that.
really passionate about
Yes.
music.
I thought
She
that would
loves
happen.
it.
And it did happen because they didn't know. कि
They didn't
सच
know.
क्या है.
हाँ. They were taking your word
Yeah.
for truth. You could have written anything there. बीच बीच
I
में you could
have.
have put some swear words,
I have.
some colorful language.
I have removed some swear words. I have done the opposite. I said I will give them clean versions.
Censor Board of India.
I started
I'll
your.
watch this video and open one role for you.
I would really like it though.
Like this girl.
I can do consultancy.
They will hire you full time. They will make you chairman of the board. This girl, her values are really aligned with our values.
Is willing to remove swear words
On her own.
on her own. No.
Nobody has asked.
Yeah, so I've done that. And I guess that's where I ask our viewers.
That you also can do many things. Like
Just like we do.
just like we do. And you can do many things like liking the video
And subscribing.
and subscribing.
And listening to more of our podcasts.
All
Because
of
that
them.
can also be a hobby.
That
Listening
is
to podcasts, watching podcasts is a hobby.
a hobby. It is a hobby today.
So remember to do all of that.